natural resources of Congo should be managed by the region, by Congo itself, Rwanda, Burundi, Uganda, Tanzania. If somebody come here, there are many nationalities here, and someone for the Belgian, they say that you have to manage your natural resources with Luxembourg. Do you accept that? Who can accept that? Who can accept to take his own resources? We can accept to trade with others. We can accept to collaborate. But we have first to use our natural resources to develop our country. Everybody has to do that. Today, after that vision of Museveni and Kagame, what they did, they withdrew Mobutu. Mobutu left the country in 1997, just after Rwanda genocide. Mobutu left the country, and then Mr. Kagame brought his proxy called Laurent Désiré Kabila. At the time, Laurent Désiré Kabila decided that he cannot fulfill what they have agreed with Kagame. And he changed his mind. They killed him. They killed him and they replaced him by his son, which is Joseph Kabila. And Joseph Kabila was 29 years old and started to manage the country. But Joseph Kabila is the guy who Kagame put in place, and Kagame directed him. And finally, we had a war, and they decided that, okay, we have to stop that war. All Congolese have to be together. They went to Sun City in South Africa. They have agreed that to put in place a transition period with a transitional government and to put in place a new constitution so the Congolese people can go and have election to elect their own representatives. And they did that. We did that in 2006, but the election, Mr. Kabila didn't win the election of 2006. It was Mr. Jean-Pierre Bemba, but Kabila decided to get the seat himself. In 2011, we went again to the election, and Mr. Tshisekedi, the late Etienne Tshisekedi, won, but Kabila decided again to rig the election and to be appointed. In 2018, 4 years ago, almost 4 years ago, we went again to the election. I won 62.11%, agreed by everybody, including some governments. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, the French Minister of Foreign Affairs, said that Martin Fayulu won the election. There is no doubt on that. But finally, all those Western governments started to say, okay, we have taken note because the Electoral Commission has fabricated the figure to appoint Mr. Tshisekedi because Mr. Tshisekedi was appointed by Mr. Kabila. This is the Congo. This is a country which is really a key country in the world. This is a country that Lumumba said the June 30th, 1960, that the Congo will be, that is the vision, the Congo will be the center of the African development, the center of African prosperity. And today the Congo is weak, the Congo is sick, the Congo is in shambles, is in the chaos. And now, what I'm here, I'm touring I was in the North America, I was in the United States, in Canada, now I'm in Europe. I'm telling people that we have an electoral process coming next year. That electoral process needs to be transparent. institution. Congo needs a legitimate institution and legitimate leaders. So Congo can play its role in this world. The role is big, it's vast. Congo can have a relationship with Belgium, its former, the country who colonized it. Congo can offer jobs to many people in Africa because we have vast land, virgin land. Congo can, if we agree, we can do wonders. And the world needs minerals of Congo. If we take the example of Belgium, we are having problems with Belgium. In 1960, we had in Congo 9,600 companies working with many Belgians. The country was extremely rich. We, Congo, have the same level of development of the GDP per capita like Canada, higher than South Korea. Today, South Korea has a GDP per capita of $37,000. Congo is $500. Cannot accept that. How can we really, for example, with Belgium, team up and forget about what happened? When I say forget, but just go ahead and look what exactly happened, okay, and how to correct. For example, the king of Belgium came in Congo last time. He said, I regret, extremely regret, profound regret. No, it's not enough. It's not the regret. He has to apologize. He has to say that what's happened during the colonization, cutting hand of people, is not human. And I, on behalf of all Belgians, of those who did that, I say that, pardon my people. I apologize for that, and this thing can never come again in this world. And then say, okay, for that, we need reparation. What kind of reparation, for example? It's not to pay a huge amount of money, because the huge amount of money will not bring people in life. How can we discuss together and open the space for discussion and come up with a new kind of relationship? How come? And, for example, say that this is a symbolic dollars or euro or franc we pay. It's symbolic. For example, say that, okay, we will erect something in Congo, a memorial, for example, to remember those situations. For example, we can agree to dismantle the Leopolding, picture or how do you call it? Sorry, statues everywhere in the world. For example, we can do that, but it's just a matter of speaking each other freely, clearly. I saw your prime minister. He came to Congo. He was not there. Even the king himself. He said clearly, "This is not my business. I was not part of that." We agree on that. But you are descendant of King Leopold II. You have to do something. And we really think, because of that, because nobody has taken the right decision to really talk, to discuss, Congolese and the Belgian, so we can remove all the hypocrisy in our relationship. The Belgians, they say they are retrieve themselves from what is going on in Congo. The European also, they really think that the Belgian should be the front line or the frontliner. And today, the country, Congo, is left on the hands of Chinese, of those people who come to do business without ethics, without morals. And I think that you, the young guys, the youth, you really have to see what we should achieve together to go forward. Congo is a part of the world. Congo is one of the members of the UN nation. Congo is suffering. I talk about the 10 million people killed in Congo. This is genocide. Nobody is speaking about Congo, about that. We had in last September the discussion, what they call the General Assemblies of the UN nations in New York. People spoke. Nobody talked about Congo except the Polonese guy. How come? The Prime Minister of Belgium talked about Congo, but just by saying Congo, we have to do something about MONUSCO. MONUSCO is not relevant. Okay, yes, MONUSCO is not relevant, but what to do? You replace by MONUSCO what? What's the solution? We have a solution. Our solution is to just remove MONUSCO, but to replace MONUSCO by something else. Like we had in 1960, we had ONU, Opération des Nations Unies pour le Congo, Organisation des Nations Unies pour Congo. In 1965, we had the same ONU, but the name has changed to Operation of the United Nations in Congo. How can we have that operation, a new mission, with a new mandate, to say that you guys, you go there, you'll be in action to reestablish peace. Okay? You cannot go and have a mission to stabilize peace, which you don't have. You have to go to reestablish peace. That's what we are asking today to the UN for MONUSCO. And then the Poland Prime Minister, he said, yes, we cannot leave Congo like that. Nobody has the right to let Congo in shambles because we will pay a huge price. Only guys. And it's really strange. Ukraine has problem. The problem that Ukraine has is because you have an energy crisis, because you have a food problem, because of Ukraine. How many people have been killed in Ukraine? We are totally agreed. Nobody can accept that even one guy, one human being be killed. Nobody can accept. But everybody is handling that issue. Yes, because the consequences has been seen today. But the consequences of Congo, if Congo is in shambles, the situation will be worse. I'm in Belgium today, see the temperature outside. I've never been in that period, in that city, and not wearing my how come? But tomorrow, if Congo is completely in shambles, the climate will be a disaster, and then we will pay more price that we are paying for the war in Ukraine today. And why nobody is taking care of Congo? Why nobody is taking care of people who continue to be killed in Congo every day? This is the situation we have with the whole world today. We want Congo to be part of the world. We want Congo to be really be in the agenda of the UN, of the European European Union, of the Africa, everywhere. We don't want tomorrow people to come to Congo and make a coup. Yes, we know that since 1960, we have a coup everywhere. Even in the last election, what Mr. Kabila did to appoint Mr. Tshisekedi was a coup. But we don't want anymore a military coup, even the electoral coup. That's why we are saying next year in Congo we will have election. We want the transparent, credible, and impartial election. We want the whole world to see what is happening in Congo, and Congolese are crying. There is no democracy in Congo. There is no human rights in Congo. To demonstrate in Congo is a big, big issue, big problem. People, last weekend, people demonstrated here. Peace. If you go to demonstrate in Congo, you are not sure you go back to your house. I received a bullet here. I received the bullet because I was demonstrating with all my colleagues. I was beaten badly because I demonstrated. They took my car since February 14, 2016 until today. I have a four-wheel drive on the hand of the military in Congo. Because they came, I was about to enter my car to go and to discuss with my people, to have a political meeting. They came, they said, no, there are some trouble here. We know that nothing was happening there. And they took me to the military camp, and they took everything. And until today, they try to jail me. Every time I go in the back country, it's a problem. It's a problem. How can we do? How can we do? That's why we said, in that situation, the only solution is the transparent election. And we are asking the whole world to help Congo to have credible, transparent election. Today, Mr. Felix is there. He's running the country. He's appointed the member of the Electoral Commission. All members, there are 15 in total, belong to him, belong to his political party, or they are close to his political party. Mr. Tshisekedi has pushed the parliament to adopt the electoral law, but that electoral law is in his favor. Mr. Tshisekedi has appointed judges for the Constitutional Court. The Constitutional Court is the body that proclaims the final result of the elections. All members are from his party or close to his party. Today, 14 months, in 13 months before the election, nobody knows what will happen. No calendar has been issued. Nobody knows. But yet, the Electoral Commission is working. Congo has become a place of corruption, theft. Each member of parliament, the MP, they get every month $21,000 every month. In that country, the fifth poorest country in the world. There are 500 of them. The president of the National Assembly, he every month has $1 million because the money some he put in his pocket, some he has to pay to corrupt people, to corrupt the MPs, so all of them, they can speak the same language. That is the only National Assembly when, at the middle of the terms, they have changed the majority without any new election. How can we? That's what we say. I will add to that. We say, please, we need a free, fair, transparent, impartial election. To do that, we have to sit down together. All stakeholders have to sit down together to agree on principles, to agree on the rule of the game. They have already adopted the electoral law, but we have to sit to see how many articles of that law we can change, we can agree to go to the election. We have to discuss about the composition of the Electoral Commission. How can we introduce our people in that commission so it can be impartial? Impartiality is you say something, the commission say something, and then you agree on what you have to do. How can we agree on the new members of the Constitutional Courts? We have to do that. How can we agree on the calendar of the election? Because we really think that the election has to take place on time. Next year, December, latest, next year, 2023, we have to have election. We have to have election. Why? Because our constitution is clear. The mandate is for 5 years. Not 5 years plus 1 day, even 1 second. It's 5 years, everything. Member of Parliament, the President, Senator, anybody, 5 years. And then we have to respect our constitution. Nobody can come and say, you guys, please, you did wrong, you are not ready. Yes, yes. If now the experts come and tell us to have a transparent election, to have an impartial election, you need to have everything clean, but you need few months. We can agree on that. Because the Constitution allows that. We can agree on that, but Mr. Felix Tshisekedi has to stop on January 23rd, 2024. Because the mandate is 5 years. He sworn on January 24, 2019. That means on January 23rd, 2024, he has to step out. He has to go. It will not be any excuse for him. This is, I've taken that commitment. And I'm telling people of Congo, that's what Congolese say, no glissement. I don't know how to say it in English. Nobody can sleep, okay? No glissement. No glissement means Mr. Tshisekedi has to go on January 23rd, 2024. Now, you will tell me, if you didn't have an election, how he has to go? Our constitution has taken charge of that situation. It will say, we didn't organize the election, but this is an exceptional situation, and then the President of the Senate, that's what the Constitution said, can replace him for 3 months, and then he has to organize the election. If in 3 months he cannot, you can give him 1 month more. That means in 120 days, he should organize the election. But the discussion will come at that level. How we agree, do we agree that it should be the president of Senate as the Constitution says? That we can discuss among politicians. We can have a comprehensive discussion, and then we say, okay, because he too is not reliable. As he's not reliable, we make a political decision to give that job to a neutral guy, a guy from civil society. He will lead us to the election. January, Felix Tshisekedi, go. February, the National Assembly, stop, because the term will end at that time, and then we may have 1 month, 2 months, or 3 months. No more than 4 months. And then we go to the election to have the leaders that the Congolese people will appoint freely, openly, in transparency. Then we say that, okay, the truth of the ballot will prevail. That is our solution. Congo is there. Congo is looking for friends to advocate for Congo. My presence here to stand before you, in front of you, is to say that you too, because you are part of the world, you cannot accept what is happening. Your colleague in Congo, they don't have the seat like this. They go to university. Sometimes they sit in small wood and they have bad problem. They go to school, they don't eat. They go to school, they don't have good professor like you have here. I'm telling you. I just the example I gave last Saturday. I studied economics in the university. I found one young lady, and she told me that he was for 4 years, learning economy at the university. I said, okay, can you tell me in French, you say that la loi, l'utilité marginale. Okay? Marginal utility, I don't know if it's exactly translation in English. You say that we've never studied that. 4 years. This is the basic, the fundamental of the political science and the economic science. Because they don't have a good lecturer. How can you sacrifice all these people? You guys, you can advocate. You can say that, okay, we are part of the world. We cannot see things happening there. Like some of you advocated, some of your, they are not youth now, 20, 30 years before, they talked about the apartheid in South Africa. Many people in Europe, in the US, everywhere in the world, fought against apartheid. We want you to fight against what is happening in Congo. We want you to fight against the Rwanda aggression in Congo. I want to end up with this, and I really think that that's something. I went to Tervuren Museum yesterday. They call it Central Africa Museum. Okay, when they started it was Congo Museum. But I continue to think that the name has to come again because they changed the name many times. They have to call it Congo Museum. And when I came here 2 years ago, I saw a, how do you call it? A script there written, languages of Congo, tribe of Congo. everybody, you see your language. At this time, I brought people, I said, my God, come, let me show you. We look around, we didn't see it. We didn't see it. But we saw a map of Congo with Rwanda, Burundi, and Uganda. No, Rwanda, Burundi, they say languages spoken in Congo, Rwanda, Burundi. It's not that. You have to separate things. You have to separate things. If you want to say language spoken in Belgium, you know that. You cannot come here. You say that in Belgium we have a language called, I don't know what, spoken by Belgium by birth. Please, Congo needs you. Congo needs your voice. Congo needs the Congolese children. They are crying. Thank you very much.
Lecture. I think we have more or less an hour, and that Mr. Fayulu is willing to listen to the students, is willing to respond to questions. So I would suggest that if you have a question, that you ask the question, that first of all you introduce yourself and just say that you are a student, because we have not only students, we also have professors, we have a former ambassador to Congo, we have researchers here. So just introduce yourself, ask your question, and you can ask your question, of course, in English as well as in French. Mr. Fayulu, of course, is also speaking other languages, so if you want to ask the question in Lingala and probably also other languages, he will certainly answer them. But the floor is yours. So if someone would like to ask question, any question, so if it's too confidential, he will probably say that he will not answer the question, but otherwise you can ask any question. Okay? Feel free. Who would like to start? Yes, you play the... Yeah.
I'm going to try English. So, can you hear me? My name is Hamza. I'm a student at the VUB. I'm doing political sciences. So, I heard you said that Belgium came to Congo with Alexander the Pope and the king and the queen. But you said that it was not enough. You said that Belgium had to apologize. But I would like to know, what do you expect as apologizing? Like, in which manner you want Belgium to apologize? Because you said a huge amount of money won't help. So I would like to know how you want us, Belgium, to help. I think that's my question. Thank you.
Maybe we take two more and then we hand over to Andrew.
Bonjour monsieur, c'est assez intéressant, mais j'aimerais bien répondre en anglais, comme ça des personnes de francophones peuvent me comprendre. So, my name is Richard, I'm also a student from political sciences, and my question was, during the year 2009-2010, we had this thing called like the Arabic Spring and the problems with Gaddafi. Gaddafi was considered as, the father of an independent Africa, and due to Sarkozy, unfortunately, something happened and he died. But you think if Gaddafi was still alive, could have he managed to make Africa independent again from France's neo-colonialism?
Maybe we can start. Is there anyone?
Je suis Jean-Paul Mouchagaloussa. Je suis
suis enseignant à l'Université catholique de Bukavu et un des doctorants de Stéphane Smith. Et je voudrais savoir si, peut-être un peu, je n'attends pas une réponse exactement, mais peut-être je souhaiterais savoir si vous êtes personnellement, psychologiquement prêt à prendre part aux prochaines élections présidentielles, bien sûr, et quelles sont les assurances que vous avez que, comparativement aux anciennes élections, elles seraient plus crédibles. En dernier lieu, lorsque vous intervenez, vous dites que vous êtes en train de lancer un appel à travers le monde, que le monde puisse s'engager à ce que les élections soient transparentes en RDC. Concrètement, qu'est-ce que ça signifie? Est-ce que vous estimez que ce qui a été fait lors des élections de 2018 n'était pas suffisant? Que nonobstant cela, je me rappelle d'ailleurs quand on a suivi les élections, j'étais encore ici en mission de recherche, c'était par CNN qui disait que vous avez remporté les élections selon les données qu'ils avaient à leur place. Est-ce que vous pensez que concrètement, cet engagement mondial que en quoi ça consiste clairement? Merci.
Okay, thank you very much. Young guy, the Belgian has to apologize. What does it mean? And how? You saw President Macron going to Rwanda, Kigali, and he apologized. Okay? That's what we want the king to do. It's simple. It's not the reparation. That is the very reparation. The reparation can be €1 symbolic. The reparation can be to build a memorial for those who passed away. And the Belgian has to choose, and then we have to discuss. They have established a commission here in Belgium. Experts commission, now parliamentary commission. But we have to have also a commission in Congo. You can't say like that. You have to stay to have a commission, and that commission has to agree with the Belgian commission, or then to suggest something to Congolese government, and the Congolese government has to discuss with Congolese Belgian government. Is something that has to be discussed. Richard, the killing of Gaddafi, it was a disaster. It's a disaster. The killing of Gaddafi, that brought problem in Mali, in the region. The president of Mali at that time, Toumani Touré, called ATT, said that this situation will lead to chaos in the region. I heard him saying that, and today he's present in chaos. I don't know why they killed him. It's not my, I cannot go deeply in detail, but the killing of Gaddafi brought chaos today in Africa, and the guy who did that, they have to be dead today. If Gaddafi was still alive, I think the situation would not be as it is today. Totally agree. Jean-Paul, I have to answer in English.
Any problem?
Yeah. ready to go to the election. I'm ready to participate because there is no other means to access the power in Congo. Our constitution has described how the way to get into power in Congo is done by election. There is no other means. I'm not part of coup d'etat. Okay? And then I'm confident on the Congolese that if the election are held, impartially, then we get the result. In 2018, if Mr. Tshisekedi didn't accept the offer of Mr. Kabila, I could have been there, and everything would have been okay. But because of the election, in 2018, the result we got from the Catholic bishop, priest, from the Seni server, from everybody, those results was according to what the Congolese did. If Mr. Kabila didn't say to Mr. Nanga, the president of the Senate, to cook the figure, we will have something else. That's what I'm saying. I'm confident. That's why I'm touring the country. I'm touring Congo to tell people this time around, please don't accept anymore the false election. Don't accept anymore anyone to steal your victory. Don't do that. And I've given already my word. I told them, when you go to the election in 2023, you youth, stay there. You vote and then you stay, you wait until they publish the result. When they publish the result, if it's not according to what you did, please, they will send immediately and until we get the right result. Now you say, what do you mean by transparent election? What do you want the Western people, the other people to do? Simply, if last time, when the foreign minister of France said Mr. Fayoulou won the election, and everywhere, every government in the West here, they had discussion and everybody knew. If they said, each of them said that we cannot recognize that government, instead of saying, okay, we have taken note. The only country didn't take note is the UK. The only. But other, yes, nous avons pris acte. Yes, we take note. No, we take note. What does it mean take note? You have to say, yes, we agree, this is the winner, with the evidence that the guy won. I brought the report that my witnesses brought. We brought the report to the Constitutional Court, saying that we have the evidence. Okay, did you take that? That's you have to change. Thank you.
Yes, I'm Nathan. I'm studying history at the University of Ghent. And my question is actually, through the history we see a lot of change by revolution. So like in the Arab Spring with Gaddafi, there became a little revolutions. And I think my question is actually, do you think that we also need a revolution in Congo? Because there are a lot of 110 million of people in the country, so it's easier to start a revolution? Because through the history we see a revolution has changed a lot of things. And my question is actually, why is this not happening in Congo? Because a lot of people can make the difference, and like here, Congolese people and Belgian people say this spring, like tous ensemble. So, do you think that Congolese people need to say stop? Thank you.
Good evening, thank you to be here. I'm Laura, I'm a student involved, and I had two questions. The first one, apparently, if I'm not mistaken, according to the Congolese constitution, one of the conditions to represent yourself for the presidential election is to have a master's at a university, and if I'm not mistaken, Tshisekedi does not have a valid master's degree. My second question is, if you will be the president in 2023, what will be your relationship like with Rwanda and Uganda?
Thank you, Mr. Fayulu. I'm Arnaud, a law student at the Free University of Brussels. My question is, do you have an idea or a plan of action on how to get the Congolese matter on the international agenda? And do you think that, that Belgium can take a big part of it? Or is the scar left by Belgium still too big? Thank you.
No, sorry, say it again. I didn't get it.
Do you have an idea or a plan of action on how to get the Congolese matter on the international agenda? And do you think that Belgium can take a big part of it? Or do you think that the scar left by Belgium is still too big? Thank you.
Thank you very much. The revolution. Let's start with the revolution. If we are in the really need revolution in Congo. But if you read our constitution, there is the Article 64, which said that each Congolese has the obligation to put, to combat, to fight everybody, any group who want to take power in force or who want to exercise power by violating this constitution. It's clear. This is the only revolution I think that we have to have. I'm not part of, a revolution, I don't know, how do you call it, but I'm part of soft revolution, which is, when I mean soft, this is the revolution, put it in the constitution, that people of the country have to demonstrate, have to go out, and they say, no, we don't want this. We had it. In, Mr. Ambassador can tell you, in 1992, we had, during Mobutu time, that kind of revolution. They call it the 16 February 16, 1992. We were doing the National Conference Sovereign. Because at that time, we want Mobutu to step down and then to change everything. We said Mobutu has to go. But before he leaving, we want to discuss as a Congolese to learn from the past, from our mistake, and to put in place the new way to manage the country. And then Mobutu came and stopped the National Conference Sovereign. And we told him, no way, you have to reopen it. And everybody was on the street. And he couldn't. And then he reopened. That kind of revolution. That kind of revolution when Mr. Kabila in 2015 said that prior to the election, I want to do the census, recensement. We told him, no way. Myself, I led Congolese were outside from January 19 to January 25, outside, saying to no way you cannot. And he retrieved the proposal. It's the kind of revolution we want to, the revolution that is in our constitution. Now, for the to be president in Congo, in the Article 72, the condition is there. First of all, you have to be Congolese originally. Second, you have to be in the age of 30 or plus. Thirdly, you have to not be jailed or have any problem with justice. And the fourth, you cannot be excluded by the point put in place by the Electoral Commission. One of them, you have to have a degree, okay? But at the same time, they say that you have to have a degree, but they say that if you can also, instead of having a degree, a master's degree or whatever, you can show that you have worked for a period of time. Then you have expertise, you have competencies, then that's why what they say. But Tshisekedi, in his case, he said that he has a degree. He came with a certificate, or I don't know what paper he brought to the Electoral Commission. He said that he went to school here in Belgium. But that school said that we don't know that we don't have that area of study in our school. And then I told the guy, how the king of Belgium can go and meet the guy who is a liar, who can be jailed in Belgium? This is the problem. He didn't go to school. Everybody knows. And he even didn't have an experience. Now, if you don't go to school, maybe it can happen. But if you demonstrate that you have competencies, you went to you work in the place that matters. Working is not going, I don't want to go further, but he didn't go to school and didn't work. The first job of Mr. Tshisekedi is to be president of Congo. That's why you see the result 4 years later, you see what's happening. Congo is simple. The result is corruption, theft, and he wants to make himself rich. I don't know until when. Now, the relationship with Rwanda and Uganda, what do you think? I really think that we should have a good relationship. Rwanda, Uganda, Congo, and let's say we used to have what we call CPG, Communauté des États économiques, Communauté économique des États des Grands Lacs, the pays des Grands Lacs. We used to have that. We used to have common institutions. We were close to have common passport. Okay? At that time. I will talk about this manifesto later on. We wrote the manifesto with 18 challenges. One of the challenges is how to have a good relationship with our neighbors. How to boost the cooperation within African countries and with the other countries in the world. We want the good good relation with our neighbors, but we cannot accept anybody We cannot accept anybody to tell us, well, then you have to share your natural resources with Rwanda, Burundi, or Uganda. The problem with what we have, we Congolese doesn't have any problem with Rwanda. I have Rwanda friends. I have them until today. I grew up with them, and I was managing the company, ExxonMobil, and I was in charge of Uganda and Rwanda. But we sold our interest, our business in Rwanda, but I was going there. I have no problem. Congolese don't have a problem with Rwandese, with Ugandese, no. But I have a problem with a guy called Mr. Kagame, who has in his mind that his vision, that he has to get Congo. Part of Congo should be Rwanda. That's the problem I have. I cannot accept that. And I'm telling the whole world that he has done what he has. Kagame blessed Kabila. He's the guy who blessed Kabila. He managed Kabila. Kabila was a proxy. Kagame and Kabila, they are the guy who blessed Tshisekedi. Tshisekedi cannot say anything. That's why I said Congo is not part of Eastern Africa. Congo cannot go to that region. We are in AU, African Union. We are in ZLECA, that Commission for Trade and so on. We are in SADC. We are in Central African Community. Why we have to go there? When we don't have anything to offer. The only thing we have, they are our natural resources that Rwanda will take, Uganda will take. The only thing we have are 40 million people that Kenya will use to trade. No, we need to strengthen ourselves before. Rwanda has to democratize its country, Uganda the same, Burundi the same, everybody, including Congo. And then we can speak freely as neighbors for the better of our people. Congo minerals, yes, anybody can be part of Congo minerals. This is the business. You know, in our program, we say that we have a pillar, some pillar of our society project. One of the pillars, the last one is the rule, you win, I win. Okay? Gagnant, gagnant in French. Everybody has to win. Everybody has to win. The win-win rule. If you have done, okay, you are in political science, but I don't know, some of you did the game theory. The game theory, there is one game that you agree on the rules and you agree on how you share. It's not you have to win 3 against 0, 3 against, and then you get the all 3 points. No, you can agree that it's 10, but you get 6. I get 4, but I win. Even if I get 4, you win with 6, I win with 4. But there is a win-win. How can we have it? And anybody can come. We need people to invest in the Congo. That's why we said my political party had this congress in the place called Kisangani from July 11 to July 14, and then we issued that manifesto. In that manifesto, we said that we have 18 challenges divided into 4 parts. The first part is the pillar, the foundation, the basics, the 4 basics. You know, foundation to build the house Congo are rule of law. Can we have rule of law? Second, the integrity of our country. Third, the cohesion and unity of Congo. I continue to say that if Mobutu left and he gave us one thing, only one heritage, is the unity, the cohesion of the country. We have to recognize that. We know that he did many things wrong, but the unity was there. This is the third. The fourth one is good governance. We call it integrity. Governance with integrity. If we have that, I think that we can really discuss with everybody openly and do business with anyone. Thank you. I'm okay. If you have a question, I'm okay. I still have time. Monsieur l'ambassadeur.
Monsieur le Président, je suis plus étudiant et je suis heureux d'être autorisé quand même de poser une question. Et je voudrais surtout vous dire toute la joie que j'éprouve de vous retrouver et de vous retrouver en pleine forme. C'est une bonne chose parce que pour faire votre métier, il faut être en bonne forme, en bonne santé et apparemment vous êtes en effet en bonne forme. Et je remercie l'université où je me réjouis de l'initiative de la VUB de vous avoir invité parce que votre message est important. Votre message, et pas seulement le vôtre, le message de nos amis congolais, de nos amis africains qui viennent en Belgique et qui sont autorisés de partager leurs ambitions, leurs analyses avec nos jeunesses, également les jeunesses de pays étrangers qui viennent travailler et étudier en Belgique, c'est une très bonne chose également. Et j'ai beaucoup de questions, et j'ai beaucoup de choses à partager avec vous, parce que j'adore votre pays. Et nous tous, nous Belges, nous adorons les Congolais, comme vous adorez les Rwandais, nous adorons les Congolais parce qu'il y a une très forte convivialité entre Belges et Congolais, mais également entre Européens et Africains. Et je crois que nous devons redécouvrir une ambition commune, un potentiel de coopération et des situations gagnant-gagnant, comme vous dites, hein, entre Européens et Africains. Et dans un monde qui risque d'être bipolaire et qui devrait être multipolaire, l'Europe et l'Afrique devraient se retrouver et retrouver des chances, des opportunités que nous avons peut-être un peu oubliées. Mais je pose une question sur le processus électoral. À l'époque, quand j'étais ambassadeur à Kinshasa, c'était de 2004 à 2008, oui, je suis plus tellement jeune, j'étais membre du CIAT, le Comité international d'accompagnement de la transition, un comité d'ambassadeurs. Aujourd'hui, ce CIAT, bien sûr, cette transition est révolue. Il y a une autre ère dans laquelle nous vivons, dans laquelle le Congo évolue. Mais le Congo prépare des élections et il y a déjà à l'époque, il y avait un International Contact Group. C'est un groupe international de contact composé, je dirais, pas exclusivement, mais essentiellement de diplomates occidentaux, américains, européens, et qui suivent, qui accompagnent le processus électoral. Et on parlait justement, notre ami de Bukavu, l'Université catholique de Bukavu a posé la bonne question, tiens, dans quelle mesure vous supportez ou vous sollicitez l'ingérence, une interférence étrangère? Dans quelle mesure vous acceptez encore que la communauté internationale se mêle de votre processus de démocratisation interne. On pourrait convenir que lorsqu'il s'agit de respect des droits de l'homme, des valeurs universelles, il est ici que la communauté internationale s'en mêle et s'occupe et interfère, fait de l'ingérence pour critiquer les violations des droits de l'homme. Mais lorsqu'il s'agit de la confection, de l'émergence, des efforts de construire, de bâtir un pays et la démocratie d'un pays, c'est peut-être moins évident. Bien sûr, il y a lieu de promouvoir une valeur universelle de la démocratie. Chaque pays, chaque citoyen du monde veut participer à la confection de la politique de son pays. Donc, à l'émergence d'un pays et à la santé démocratique d'un pays. Mais est-ce que le citoyen congolais, par exemple, accepte que la communauté internationale s'occupe également de la mise en œuvre concrète de cette valeur universelle qui est la démocratie? Donc, est-ce que vous voyez un travail utile? Est-ce que vous voyez, par exemple, le gouvernement belge encourager ce groupe international de contact pour suivre activement le cheminement du Congo, des institutions congolaises, vers les élections de l'année prochaine, pour critiquer éventuellement la composition de la commission électorale, pour critiquer éventuellement les nominations à la Cour suprême, pour aider éventuellement votre pays, peut-être même financièrement, pour organiser ces élections. Donc, dans quelle mesure vous souhaitez que la Belgique et d'autres pays s'activent pour que cette fois-ci, ce processus démocratique électoral réussisse et se déroule de façon, comme vous dites, transparente, ouverte, démocratique, etc. Merci d'avoir été long. Je suis tellement content de converser avec vous, Monsieur le Président, que je me suis permis d'être un peu long. Merci. Voilà.
Bonsoir, je m'appelle Camilla, je suis étudiante ici à la VUB, j'ai une petite question pour vous. Vous avez dit que la Chine a une emprise sur le Congo comme sur plusieurs pays africains. Est-ce que vous pensez que c'est une si mauvaise chose? Et si oui, comment voulez-vous faire pour que ça se diminue? Et surtout, pensez-vous que une bonne entente entre plusieurs pays africains, dont c'est le cas, pourrait améliorer la situation?
Bonsoir, je m'appelle Mehdi, j'étudie droit en première à la VUB. D'abord j'ai deux questions, mais bon, je vais rebondir sur deux questions. Je voulais d'abord poser la question sur la corruption qui est omniprésente en Afrique. Et est-ce que vous trouvez qu'on devrait d'abord solutionner la corruption pour avancer vers the bright side of the African countries? Et la deuxième question, c'est est-ce que vous pensez que les pays africains devraient avoir un plan monétaire international, donc comme on a ici en Europe, euro? Est-ce que vous pensez que ça serait une bonne chose pour les pays africains pour en fait s'entraider et avancer ensemble vers une meilleure, vers un futur un peu plus beau? Et voilà mes deux questions.
We'll finish with the first three and then we will see response.
Merci beaucoup. Et mais je vais vous raconter tout à l'heure, parce que je me disais que in English, yeah, I was saying that, okay, I have to see you when I come back next week, but fortunately we have no date, but we'll discuss later on. Yeah, you
We'll see each other again next week.
next week.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but you know, you made a remark and you gave solution. Everything is what you have said. The international group, the group called SIAT, did a wonderful job. I continue to say that the 2006 election was relatively okay, mainly for the legislative elections, the two of them, national and provincial. But the only thing was the first tour of the presidential election was okay because we had the result, the truth of the ballot prevailed, and we had Bemba and Kabila. But the second tour, Kabila did what he did. And if we had that election that time, the short of period because of SIAT, that's nobody can contest that. That's what I'm saying to the international community. It's not a matter of interfering. It's a matter of assisting people. Because we are part of UN. We are part of the world. When they kill people in Ukraine, you assist people. You assist Ukraine. Why? If we want to establish democracy in Congo, you can deceive yourself, or we can say, no, it's not right. We continue because Congo, as other countries in Africa, they are asking help, financial help to run the election. But what about the technical help? I totally agree that the organization like SIAT can be made again, preventing that Congolese, the stakeholders, take part. Because the good thing with SIAT was what? You were organizing meetings with all stakeholders, okay? To see step by step where we are, where we go, and so on and so forth. Because Congo doesn't have really an independent body to organize the election. No way. But for the interim, I think we still need that help. It's not a matter of interfering, it's a matter of helping, assisting, because there is a need. If we don't have, there is no need, yes, but there is a need for that. It's also, it is not just the Western country. We see how things went to Kenya. In Kenya, we have a Supreme Court with a guy like Maraga, David Maraga, who is the president of Supreme Court of Kenya. Can't we bring him to Congo to help us? We can. We saw how the Independent Commission, Electoral Commission of Nigeria worked, Kenya worked. And today, next year, we'll have election in Nigeria. We will have election in Nigeria. I was in the US. The INEC, Independent National Electoral Commission of Nigeria, came in Washington. We had a discussion, the open discussion, and the civil society said that this time now, we really commend, we praise what is going on. The Independent Commission is doing a great job. We can have those guys and to share the experience and to help us. Maraga can come and train our judges to tell them, see how things work, see what we did. The other member of the Electoral Commission, but that the whole world, that group, the SIAT, can be reorganized again and help Congo. I don't have any issue and any problem for that.
Tshisekedi Tshisekedi would agree?
Tshisekedi will not agree because Tshisekedi, when he was with me outside when Kabila was running, he totally agreed. But today, as Kabila gave him power, he cannot agree. And Kabila was telling my friend, disagree. Now, the other question for the China. China, la Chine a une emprise sur le Congo, l'Afrique. Yes, it's not. China is a country, it's a powerful country. China has to do business, but they clean business. The people have to comprehend themselves. We have to act as partners. Okay? We don't have to have another country who colonized Africa. Because when China gives you the money, they did it in Zambia. In Zambia, they give the money to Zambia, and then the country cannot pay the money. Okay? Sometimes they give the money to the leaders, and the leaders put the money in their pocket, but the country has to pay back that money. We are not, we don't have any problem. Don't get me wrong. With China, anybody in the world, Belgium, France, Germany, America, China, Russia, we can do business, but the rule of the game should be clear, should be agreed between us, and then we have to follow. You cannot come and say that okay, we do this during the course of execution, you change your mind. Or we have agreed that we have to build the road, the length should be 14 centimeters, and then you come and build the road with 7 centimeters. You cannot agree. You cannot agree. I really, the world should team up, should train, and everything, but I cannot agree that Chinese companies are going to Congo and cut timber anyhow without following the rule. Go to Mwenga, there is a place in South Kivu, my friend, in the South Kivu, you know the place called Mwenga. When you go there, you just tell people to get out, you pay each family $1,000, and you start, doing business, taking gold, anyhow. No, there is the human rights to be respected. It's clear. You cannot. People are human, and you should respect them. You say how to improve the situation. It's just to agree each other, to agree on the rules, on principles, to agree on terms, to agree. But to agree, you have to have in the other hand, in the other side, the real people who have knowledge, who are competent, who can talk, who are not shy. Now, talk about corruption. Yes. You asked if we should first fight corruption. But how to fight corruption? I told you that everything before building, this building, okay? You started with foundations. Okay? If you don't foundation, you cannot come just anyhow. You say that I will start fighting corruption. No, you should put institution in place. That's why I talk about those 4 foundations. The foundation, state of law. Okay? How to put see that thing will change. You do it once, twice, second, third time, then the rule of law has to prevail. And then the last question is if Africa can have a common currency. I don't have any issue on that. They have started with Zeleka. Okay, it's not the English house. But you are here in Europe. I don't know if you are studying politics. I don't know, in your curricula, if you have something like how the European Union came out. When they started, Schuman or everything, Mitterrand came, how they came to the euro. You cannot come and then say, okay, today in Africa, for the whole country, or even sub-Saharan Africa, you say that we have the same currency. And then in the northern Africa, you have some currency. No, there are some rules, there are some conditions, there are some criteria that you should fulfill. That's why I said the first thing is that every country, each country in Africa has to clean his house, has to put democracy in his house, has to be accountable to their people. When you start building that, building your economy, elevating misery of your people, then you go a step ahead, and a step ahead until we have to clean. Everybody has to clean his house before. Thank you. Okay, 1 hour.
You asked, but I would love to ask the last piece. Okay.
Thank you. My name is a research on NIE. As almost election of three phases.
Sorry?
As almost the election of three phases.
Okay.
The first one is the pre-election phase, then after during election or the election, then after post-election. So in the pre-election process, the stage where the role of the game is going to be agreed, such as electing the national board, how to reach people, because to give our people some kind of mail or alternatives. So what I understand from your lecture is that I think Democratic Congo is in the stage of pre-election process. That means electing the national election and reaching people to have some kind of alternative or mail. So I want to know some kind of point from your stand of your party. The first thing is that how you are going to be planned to reach your people, because most of the times we know in Africa media are dominated by state, by the incumbent government. Do you have an alternative to reach people, whether some kind of magazine or media, some kind of things? Because if people did not know what makes your party better than the other parties, it makes something nothing. So you have some kind of alternative to reach the people. And the second point is that what is your response and your party response if you lose the election? Because sometimes most of political opponents in Africa, they lose the election, they know the pre-election process was have not agreed, then after they merely enjoy or they merely join the election. In the post-election process, whether they resign or whether they are going to play the government, they instigate their
supporters to bring another cure to those poor people. So, what was your party stand if you lose the election? Your parties, as a general, you as particular, you are going to work with the elected government, or you are going to choose another option? Because sometimes we must search for systematic lens. Enemy of my enemy is my friend. So those kind of things was very common in developing countries, especially in Africa. So what was your stand, or what is going to be your stand? The third point is that what is your party stand with regard to Pan-Africanism? Solving African problem by Africa. Did you ever visit some African states to give some kind of public lectures? Because Africa by itself was one part of international community, because you need to have some kind of support, awareness from African too, not only from Europe, not only from America. This was my third question. My fourth was that, you know,
Next.
Thank you very much. My name is Ikram Jamus, and I'm a student of political science at the VUB. You have spoken about your discontent about the ongoing educational corruption at Congo, and my question is, how would you go about sort of improving that? And during the 2018 elections, what were your plans about that area as well, the issue? Thank you very much.
Apologies. Let me just end it with my own question. There's a current issue in Africa which has been termed land grabbing. In fact, it's kind of recolonization of Africa, where we see big companies, big corporations, states, and even universities, for instance, going into African countries and buying huge lands, these lands are, you have villages in these lands, you have towns in this town. I know something is going on in Congo with Harvard University. They have bought a huge portion of land. And the reason why I ask this question is because we know how arable land is widely available in Congo. But when I listen to your lectures also, I see that there are two things which you try to reconcile, but I think at some point, to me, they are more problematic. For instance, there's a Western world which you want to engage. And in the same time, there are certain things that you are also trying to advocate, which that Western world does not love. For instance, when we look at this policy of restitution of the arts, for instance, which some are found in Tervuren and other parts of Belgium, and this commission that Belgium has created, and the fact that you want it to be on both ways, that Congo and Belgium should see how they should develop it, and then also this constant request from former colonies for pardon or apology from SY colonial masters, which is not a good subject that they like to talk about. Then next, also, this issue of interference, which the ambassador spoke about. Sincerely, when you read from some Africanist media, they also look at you like someone who is an apologist to neo-colonialism, in the sense that you talk about this partnership and then they look at you, oh, this guy has been a former exec of ExxonMobil, so probably he's just part of an agent who wants to bring back the same kind of policies which has made Congo to be where it is. So I see this, these two sides, this paradox, and it's really difficult for me on how you're going to reconcile the two, because I see someone who has a brilliant plan for Africa, and sometimes the interest it represents is not what the world or the global powers they really want. So this is something you have to reconcile. And
this issue of land, I also see it as very intricate because these agreements are signed, and they're signed by the governments in power, and a new government that comes in must respect it. And if it doesn't respect it, it becomes a very serious problem with someone like you who actually also wants to respect rule of law, because if they are signed, then it means that they are domesticated, and the government that takes over doesn't have any right to subvert them, for instance. So if you could try to clarify more about how you want to handle these two aspects, especially when it comes to land grabbing, I would be very glad. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, the election for 3 phases. Yes, I agree with you. How you are going to reach your people? By reaching our people, I'm traveling around the country. First of all, I'm president of political party called Engagement of Citizenship for Development. We have 26 provinces in the Congo. We have established our party in all provinces. We have headquarters in Kinshasa, and we have offices everywhere in Congo, and we have the provincial leaders who are leading the country. This is the first way to promote what we are saying. Secondly, we have a communication team. We go to the radio, to the TV, to internet, WhatsApp, group, and Instagram, and TikTok. We spread our messages. And also we organize every week, every weekend. We organize group team, and we talk about the subject, what is going on in the country. Every Tuesday in our headquarters in Kinshasa, we organize a talk called Security in Congo. It will take 3 hours. We talk about what is going on in Ituri, what is going on in South Kivu, North Kivu, what is going on everywhere today, in Bandundu, in the Kwamut, and so on and so forth. This is the way we talk, and every week we have a meeting of our national bureau, and then also we organize, like we just organized the Congress, the convention, our convention, and this is the way we discuss. And I tour the country. I go everywhere, we discuss. Now, if you lose the election, if I lose the election, really I lose, that the truth of the ballot prevail, I'll say, okay, my friend, just congratulations, you win, and continue. I will not be part of your government. I will do something else. If I will remain in the opposition, I will continue. If I will have my member in the parliament, we will go to the parliament, and then discuss, and I will continue. Because today, because the candidate there, you are talking about Felix Tshisekedi. Felix Tshisekedi, really, I don't see how we can win. I don't see how we can win. He doesn't have any competence, and then he president, how will we win? What job I will be doing? Because he cannot accept you telling him the truth. That's why I'm telling Congolese, we have to work hard so the truth of the ballot will prevail. But if he's another guy, he wins, and the Congolese people, they say that, okay, we want him to be there. I will accept the decision of the Congolese people. Pan-Africanism. Pan-Africanism doesn't mean then the African problem will be solved within African or no. Pan-Africanism is the African has to be together, has to team up and see the problem and see, look who they are. They are African, their identity, and how they can be, resolve their problem. But it doesn't mean you have to stay to be close and then not listen to anybody. Nobody in this world has done that, even China. Okay? But I don't have any issue or any problem of people telling me that you are this, you are no. I said, if African, like some of you are here, if you are well educated, if you can face the war, you can face order, and then put your problem in the table and say, let's solve this problem. This is the way we have to solve the problem. If you solve it, in a good manner, and then you succeed, we'll applaud. But we are not saying that because I'll come back with the this neo-colonialism. Let me take these things. I am the one who said that the neo-colonialism is not the other coming and to do that to others. But some of us, some of Africa themselves, they offer themselves to be neo-colonized. Okay? Because if you come, you tell me that you want to do this, to do that. And I tell you, no, my friend, we have to do this because of this and this. I don't see someone who will tell me something else. Because those guys running Africa today, they are doing whatever. Who is telling them to steal the money from the country? Who is telling them not to build the road, not to put electricity, water, clean water, not to offer the health system in the country? Who is telling them? You take the money and you put it in the private aircraft, you send it to Belgium, to put in the bank or to somewhere else. What they call the Panama Papers. You know about the Panama Papers? Who told you to do that? Who is telling you to do that? If you tell me, my friend, do this, I will tell you. I've told one ambassador, okay, my friend, you want me to go to be member of Union Sacrée, put in place by Tshisekedi. But our constitution says that the unit party is prohibited. I cannot do that. Oh no, my friend, okay, your friend, your friend, Bemba and Katumbi have agreed. I say, they are the one. Who told them to agree? But you are an American. Just put your gun, put it here. I'll tell you, no. It's a matter of personality. It's a matter of being sure on what you are saying, on what you agree with your people. If Congolese people tell me to do what we should do together, I cannot accept what somebody else will tell me. That I totally disagree with. So yes, I know that neocolonialism exists because they found the weak people. If they see you that you are weak, they'll tell you whatever they want. Colonialism can be European, can be Chinese, can be Russian, can be even African. What Rwanda is doing to Congo is what? What Uganda is doing to Congo is what? Now, I agree on the international companies buying land in Africa. I totally disagree on what is seen in Congo, that they can take lands because there is no we don't have a legitimate government. And the guys, they are buying like they are buying. I think it's not normal. You cannot go anywhere. You cannot go in the country, then you start buying the cheap. It's even not the price. I totally agree with you on that. But we need the leaders, good leaders, and to take care of the African, because nobody can just resolve his current problem. We should see those who will come tomorrow, after tomorrow. What we left to them? If those who were there before, they did what you are doing today, what could you have seen? If you see the country, we have some countries in Africa, they are doing well. Botswana, for example, if I take it in example, they have the natural resources, they are running their country, okay? And nobody is telling them what they have to do. Yes, I continue to say that in my program in 2018, I said that we have to fight corruption. Zero tolerance to corruption. If they catch you, you're placed in the jail, you go to the prison, and then they'll take everything you have, because we'll suppose that you bought it with the money that you took somewhere, not in a good manner. And the Western world, you said that the paradox, the Western world, I want to engage. No, I want to engage the Western world, the whole world, because the world has become one village. I don't want to engage them, they have to come to colonize. I cannot be, I work with a company, it's called ExxonMobil. I work with American. I was not easy to manage, but I was not impolite. I said that, okay, we need this, we need that, we talk, we discuss, and then we come to the point that we agree. By saying that we have mineral resources, we want technology. How will you get technology? How do you get it? You cannot say alone, saying that, okay, I'm Pan-African, I want this, how will you get it? You want to have people, to train people like this, to give them the power by knowledge, and tomorrow they can be also people who will improve the situation in the country. China, when I was young, China was nothing. But China, this is an example to see, to follow. Really, I don't have any problem of dealing with others by being myself. That's why in this document we talk about, there is a chapter, we say that l'identité africaine, l'identité congolaise. Okay? Because réappropriation de l'identité congolaise. How we have to be ourselves. What values that we as Congolese, we as Africans, we have in common. What values we have to promote so we can be respected. Because if you go to Tanzania, you will see that our ancestors were fantastic. Some of the mass you see there, you see how they did that. It's just a matter of being yourself and expressing yourself and saying, having a vision and putting that vision statement, mission statement, values that you have and principles, so people will respect you. Thank you.
I'll try to speak a little bit louder. So in the name of Churchill once said democracy is the worst forms of government except for all the others. So we wish you the best of luck in your adventure, and we wish that you put in place a fair, transparent electoral process, and eventually that the consolidated democracy will be established in the Republic of Congo.
Thank you very much.